Good evening and welcome everybody to this week's edition of the Crossroads here on Veterans Anonymous. I am still tongue-tied and not back into the funk of things apparently. I am your host, Jade Lopez, Combat Cricket from Colorado, former 31 Bravo military policing, your best friend. Little time in Iraq, little time in Haiti, and the survivor of my dog Tuco, in the never-ending saga of my dog is trying to kill me. Miss Kittens, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So I'm an Air Force veteran. I worked on B-1 and F-16 motors for a little under 6.5 years. Now I just make silly TikToks and I go to college online. Speaking of college, I got an 85 on my test that I took yesterday.
Awesome!
So I am super stoked. I think I needed a really low score to pass the class with a 70. Well, let's be honest. I do care about that GPA. So I didn't want to get a C if I could avoid a C. So I ended up getting an A, which makes me super happy.
Congratulations, kiddo.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah, Army vet, Guard, Reserves, active duty, individual ready reserves, full-time Guard. If it was in the Army, I did it. So, yeah, old school black boot. But just here spreading the word, talking with beautiful women.
Oh, you're too kind, Uncle Si.
He's not talking to me.
No, I am tired. This is college stress. My nail polish is all jacked up. Uncle Si's just being kind.
Audie,
yes, Audie.
Boy.
Hey.
Whoa. He took curveballed us with that. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I was just like, I have no makeup on, my face is all broken out, and you still think I'm pretty? Oh.
My son, when he's seen you, he says, "Oh, she's so pretty, like model."
Hey, Tom. Yes, happy Pride Month, Abby.
Hi, Tom.
Oh, now that he's here, he can have dinner.
Are those the actual crayons or are those the twistables?
I don't know. I haven't even opened them.
Oh.
Specialty crayons.
Ooh.
Oh, and colors of the world crayons.
Ooh, all gourmet and stuff.
I was like, she got them fancy crayons.
I can't open it.
It's jade proof.
You probably shouldn't, otherwise you're gonna have Marines hopping in the screen.
Oh, I know, right? No, it is funny because like that little pack that I had, like they're still missing some.
That's still
probably make sure that this window is locked.
I've got a small toddler, so if I'm missing a crayon, I really need to find it. Otherwise, it's probably going to end up on the wall.
Worst nightmare is finding a Sharpie cap.
Oh, I have not had that yet, but no. I'm just going to get rid of all the Sharpies. I have these markers where they have like a clear tip on them. And so if you color on things you're not supposed to, it's clear. It doesn't show up. But on the paper, it colors on this special paper. I like that stuff.
Nice.
Because my child likes to draw on herself. But you can't tell with these markers.
Nice. She hasn't figured it out yet that she doesn't see anything?
She just goes, "Look, Mama, pretty." And I'm just like,
no, I'll just throw the box. Did you not see that part? It just got full sense across the room.
See, now a Marine would have just took a knife out and like stabbed it to open it up.
But it's got this little fancy tub. It looks like it's all organized and stuff inside it. Like I said, I haven't opened it.
Oh yeah,
And
like I
just now-
said, Marines wouldn't care about that. They'd be like crayons. Rah.
I know. I bought that a while ago. Still haven't opened it. Obviously not a Marine.
Yeah, no, I'm more of a colored pencil marker type of person more than crayons.
Tom would have got pregnant.
Oh my.
Oh, thank you,
No
Tom.
denying that. Mother bitches, how did I forget my notebook? Yep, totally not back into the funk of doing things. Mine's still on vacation.
It looked really pretty out there where you guys were at. Them videos and stuff were awesome.
Yeah, it is really pretty out there. And again, I didn't upload anything. My internet, just to warn y'all, because they know, but my Wi-Fi has been just going down for whatever reason all
Ooh.
day today. And last night, too. Kittens is onto something. It's the heat.
I think it's the heat because I got the notification last night that our internet had disconnected. We also had a power surge, which shut off everything in the house, and then it came back. And I'm just like, great. And I gotta reset the clocks on the microwave and all that fun stuff.
That actually happened the other day too. The first day that it hit 100 here, I didn't even like put 2 and 2 together. Yeah,
It scared me for a second because I was like, is the AC gonna come back on? I'm like, I don't fucking care about the rest of it. But it's like, I don't want to sit here in the heat.
Yeah, because we had overseas. I worked nights, so I slept in the tent during the day with the AC. Thankfully, we had AC in our temporary housing, which is just tents in the desert. But the AC went out in the middle of the day. And it was like end of July, I think. Hot, right? Like 120-ish.
Yeah.
Would say. I ended up just diving into the water cooler because I could not cool off. Which you're not supposed to do, actually. You're not supposed to rapidly cool yourself down.
Oh. And I saw that, Tom. That's awesome. I saw that in your guys' Crayon Eaters chat room where he hit you up and was like, hey, shouldn't you have the guy that did this on your show? Yeah, so that's going to be awesome.
The next week or like tomorrow? Or
next week.
No, the following show. Not tomorrow's show.
Yeah, not tomorrow.
Y'all see how much I overanalyze shit? Confuse the fuck out of myself. Sorry.
But yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh man, that's going to be so cool if it happens.
Yeah, I think it's the heat. To my knowledge, we don't have any fires.
I was also just a dumb, how old the fuck was I? 22-year-old. It was just like, I can't cool off. I tried to cool off my hands. I tried to like go into the freaking, where the showers were to freaking, like, I could not cool down. That's why I said, like, I literally just like dunked myself into the freaking cooler, which wasn't the greatest idea. I survived.
Yeah.
But I could have did more damage than the heat.
Yeah, we had one trailer that we used as like our PLL trailer, and each company had a computer, so there were 4 computers, so they had to stay cold, right? And it was the only place that had an air conditioning unit. Everything else, canvas tents, no AC, not even fans. And it was like a punishment to have to go into that because you'd go in from like 120 degrees, you go inside the PLL truck and it's like 70 and you're like, and then you'd have to go back out in the heat. And so it was like, no, I'm not going in. You go, no.
Yeah, because even when we were in Haiti, the people who were working nights and stuff, they had the air conditioning tents for them to sleep during the day. But what ended up happening is a couple of them ended up getting like pneumonia because they're going from cold to heat and humidity.
Oh, yeah. Well, like Audie, from Arizona most of his life. He's dealt with heat and humidity. He was up at Carson, and we were leaving to go to Kuwait. And I was like, bro, you better pack your long johns. And he's like, no way, I ain't going to need my long johns. I'm like, bro, you're going to need your long johns. Trust me, I've been there before. It doesn't get cold at night, but it feels like it gets cold at night. And bigger than snot, like the second day we were in Kuwait, he's walking around at night with his freaking long johns on underneath his uniform, you know, because when it goes from like 120, when it goes from like 120 down to like 70 or even 65, you freeze, you know. I'm laying in my freaking sleeping bag all zipped up getting warm, and I'm like, it's only 70 degrees out. Back home I'm walking around in shorts. Over here I'm in long johns. What the hell?
No, I can't do it either. Like, I can't handle the high heat, but going from high heat last week, it went down to 80, and I'm sitting outside, and it was about 60 warming up to 80 that day, and I'm like, God, it's cold. What's wrong with me? Like, nope. It makes me not feel so good.
Oh yeah, and like the humidity is what kills. My body can actually tell like when the humidity gets over 70%. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, the humidity's going up. We got to fix this. This ain't good. Yeah, Audie. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people were like looking at me like I was crazy because I came home end of June, beginning of July for R&R, and I was cold.
Yeah.
And it was like 90s here. Everybody's like, what are you doing? You're in pants and a jacket and you're cold. I'm like, because it's fucking cold.
Me and Audie
compared
came back,
to what you were in. Yeah.
Yeah. When we got back to Carson, it was middle of the winter, end of December, beginning of January. But we couldn't go back to the green BDUs yet. We still had to stay in the tricolored DCUs. So we're walking around Fort Carson, middle of the wintertime, looking like sand. You know, and it's freezing, and we're like, no, not going to do this. I'm going back to BDUs so I can, field jacket.
Please. Yeah, because when I was packing up, getting ready to come back, I found my winter coat and took a picture and said, "Brr, it's like 70 degrees out," and a bunch of my friends were just like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Like, rude asses.
It was funny. After we got final formation, when we got back, me and Audie jumped in a cab, went up to the Class 6. I'm walking out with 2 cases of beer and 2 handles of Jim Beam. Audie's walking out with like a case and a bottle of something else. We go back to my room and just sat there for like the whole 2 days, just get freaking hammered.
See, humidity is something I personally have a love-hate relationship with. Like, I like it because my sinuses do great. No bloody noses, no early morning congestion. Like, allergies are pretty good. But I've got long hair, long curly hair, and it makes me look like an electrified poodle. Like, it's not cute. And then I just feel moist. Like, everywhere is moist.
Oh yeah, I hated that.
Like,
Korea was the same way. You'd get up in the morning and sling your legs out of your bed, put your feet on the floor, and already have sweat dripping down your chest.
See, I don't like that.
That was like 5 a.m. And it's just like the whole day was worse than that.
Or we couldn't get our uniforms to dry when we were in Haiti.
Yeah.
We tried hanging them. We tried different things, but it was just so humid that like we were.
Everything really was moist.
Yeah.
Like,
the entire time we were there. Yes.
We learned a trick. Luckily, the engineer unit I was with, we dug holes for the tankers to go into. And M1s have a really hot exhaust. And so we'd string a clothesline about 5 feet away from the exhaust, hang all our stuff on it, dry our uniforms, boom.
It is a good descriptive word for how humidity feels. Like it's correct.
It just cracks me up how people have a problem with that word or words in general. Like, oh my God, I hate that word. Why?
There are some words where it's just like, that didn't hit right. Moist is not one of them for me.
Yeah,
It don't bug me.
I know quite a few people that you say that word and it's just like, oh my God, no.
Or you could see it in their eyes where they see red.
Yeah. Like, what'd they do?
It's a word.
You said the word. It's a word.
Oh my.
Well, aside passing your test, not quiz, right? Test.
It was a big test, yeah. A
Test.
proctored one.
I was like,
so they like
quiz? No, not a quiz. It was a test. But aside that, how was your week?
nothing too crazy. I'm getting a lot done around the house. Getting ready for moving.
Ooh.
It's like I'm excited, but at the same time, it's like every time I finish something, it's like I have like 8 more things I need to do. So
Or you
yeah,
start
that's
one
kinda where I'm
task
at.
and then you realize that this other thing that you want to get done, so you start doing that one thing and you forget to go back to the first thing that you were doing, and then you walk into the room and you don't know what the fuck you're even in that room for.
Yes.
Squirrel brain.
Yeah.
So many times I get up and I'll like walk into the kitchen and I'm like, why am I here? And then bigger snot, as soon as I go sit back down, I'm like, I forgot that. Or
I've been putting off. I've never gone through my daughter's clothes since she was born. I've been really, really procrastinating that. So
I still have baby clothes in my storage. Yeah. He's 12.
Yeah, I don't particularly want to move with all of them because I could really use the closet space for the clothes that do fit her. But it's like, I don't want to go through all that. And then I got to find someone to I got to get rid of it. So I need to find somebody to come get them. Like, I already know that's going to be a hassle. Because the last time I tried to get rid of baby stuff online, what? I would have just shaved.
No.
It grows back, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
Tom's questionable.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah. But yeah, it grows back, but it's just like there's a stage, like, when you shave any hair, it grows back, it gets itchy. And so it gets itchy, and then you got to wait for it to get length, and that is where it hurts. Oh, was it that one? I saw that on Facebook, Tom, where they were asking for anybody that still had like Marine Corps uniforms and still fit in them and stuff like that, doing something. They want people to like recreate a Marine moment or something like that. Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. I wouldn't either. Then they'd have told you to lose weight, so your belly. Come on.
Y'all want me, but y'all want me to change everything about me.
Right.
To do what you want.
That's a strange concept. I never really understood that. Or I'll watch a movie that has an actor or actress in it, and they changed everything about them. Like, that's weird.
Tom, you could have just told them, hey, I'm the after the Marine Corps Marine. This is what happens when you're not wearing the uniform anymore. You grow a beard, you get a little belly, you get long hair.
Color it. You do crazy things with your hair that you always wanted to do. That's after the military. I'm not saying Marines.
when I got out, my hair was like, I've had my hair vampire red. I've had it Johnny Cash black. I've had it beach blonde.
I just hit my funny bone. I am on the fence. I kind of want to dye my hair like a strawberry, more strawberry than blonde, if that makes sense. Like, the color of Scarlett Johansson's hair when she plays Black Widow. I kind of want to dye it that color, but I kind of don't, because that's every 6 to 8 weeks. I'd have to go in and get my roots done, and I don't want to do that either.
or just let it grow out. See how it looks for a while. Let it grow out.
But it's not going to be cute with the dark hair. Yours looks like an ombre, though. Like you intentionally did it that way.
No.
Happy accident.
Pretty much.
We'll just paint a little tree over here. There's no accidents in painting.
I heard something that was disturbing about Bob Ross and his happy trees. And his little happy trees over the mistakes.
Yeah.
What if he was painting where he buried bodies?
Well, he wasn't Bob Ross a veteran, and I want to say he was either Army or Marine.
No, Bob Ross was Air Force,
Okay.
and Mr. Rogers was like some
Army or
special
Marine guy.
forces.
Vietnam vet, something like that. Yeah. I was going to dye my beard one time. I was going to just try to do it all black and have like little red where the mustache thing is.
But what
Do
about
not
the rest of
use
your hair,
box
though?
dye.
Leave it just like it is.
That's the only thing I said. I'm going to warn you: do not use box dye. Black
Okay.
box dye. No.
Never
you will
use
ruin
the
your
box
beard.
dye.
You will ruin your
really?
beard.
Okay.
Yes. So you never know. They call it like the developer, and it's because your hair is so light, you would have to deposit color, and you don't know what colors they put in there. So it might turn an interesting green hue of black,
Oh,
and
that
it's
would be
not
bad.
cute.
Yeah,
Because
that
then
would
it's
be
going to
bad.
look moldy.
Yeah.
And
I
it
learned that
doesn't
the hard
come
way.
out. It doesn't
No.
come out. It damages your hair. It's yeah. If you're not doing the right developer, even with your, you wouldn't even need developer really.
He would need something to give the color to
probably
deposit,
need,
though,
like, 10.
wouldn't he? Not much. Like my hair is gonna, because it's so dark, in order to go that red color, they're gonna have to like lighten the hell out of it, which I don't want them to do because it's so soft and healthy, and it's just gonna strip it. So
See, my beard, I can notice a difference with, thanks Tom and Kyle for talking to me about this stuff. I used to not use anything in my beard, and I can tell a difference.
did you
It's
do
nice.
the tips like they did in the 90s?
I did that. I had that.
Frost.
The frosted tips, yeah.
There you go.
Where they, yeah.
I had that back in the 90s. I had short hair like this that was like, you know, and then it had the tips. And then I had a mullet 2 different times in my life.
Mullets are supposedly back right now.
I know.
I don't like it.
I've seen it, and I'm just like, this is weird.
They weren't really cool back in the 90s, but the end of the 80s and the 90s were a really, really weird time. Disco was dying. Metal was coming out. Nobody knew what was going on. I had parachute pants. I was one of those guys. I was one of those guys that had the parachute pants with the pockets all over that you couldn't put anything in because they were skin tight. I had 4 different pair. I had 4 different pair.
I'm trying to picture Uncle Si with that, and I'm not sure I want to.
Yeah, I was one of those guys. I had a pink Benetton shirt. I don't even know if Benetton is still a brand.
I remember that Sun and stuff. It made me look like a calico cat because I have such dark hair, and nobody warned me that you should only leave that in for like 10, 15 minutes, and I left it in all day at the pool, and I had like patches.
Ooh.
My mom was not too thrilled. Half hour away from who? The flat top with the comb, so it was just you.
Yep.
Yeah, my brother had that haircut for a while.
Audie,
not Goose, it's
Audie, you never had
Goose,
enough hair to grow out to begin with. You were half bald when you were at Carson. You look like Hulk Hogan when you grow your hair out, bro.
Iceman's co-pilot. What was his name? From Top Gun. Didn't he have to rock the flat top?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't remember what his
Yeah, I can't remember
name
either.
is.
See, I got this weird flat spot.
I can see his face.
I got this weird
like
flat spot on the back of my head. I can't have a flat top. It goes like this and then angles down. So, like, I'm serious. It's a weird flat spot. Goose, Maverick.
No,
Goose is
Maverick.
Maverick's partner.
Iceman.
I know. I'm trying to
Co-pilot.
go through the names like Goose, Maverick, Iceman.
Oh, he's from Dobby.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Slider.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you.
Maybe. It's not clicking. But I clearly see his face. Oh, John, you brave.
Yeah, no shit, John.
I can't do that. I do not cut my own hair. No.
I was lucky. Both times we went to Kuwait, we had a guy that was the company barber, and he was good at it. Pretty much, John. My mom used to lay me in the crib and tilt my head backwards because that was when infant crib death or whatever was going on. And they said if you tilted the kid's head back,
Iceman, and it's telling me goose. What the fuck?
it would keep your airwave open. And so I think that's why I got a flat head, is because I used to get propped up like that in the crib.
Iceman and Slide, or
Wasn't it?
just doesn't
I don't
hit
remember
right.
his name at
But
all.
it's
I know what his face looks like very distinctly.
But yeah, it was funny. Like going to Kuwait, everybody was trying to make sure they had nice high and tights and had like a part in their hair or something, you know. And then once we got over there, it was like, fuck it, shave it all off. Just take the, you know. We were walking around like boots.
My husband won't just shave his head. He won't. And he's tried to get me to cut his hair for him. And I'm just like, nope. I go, if it looks messed up, it needs to be somebody else's fault and not mine.
Wasn't me.
So it's either Judy, Tom, Kyle, or Josh, or Webb that put that up there.
W pops in under Scramjet though.
Yeah, he does sometimes. See, that's what's
gotta be
funny.
Tom.
I pop in under Full Metal Crayon Eaters sometimes because I got access to their page, guys. Haha. So like when they're doing their show, I'll put up a comment from Full Metal Crayon Eaters while they're on there going, hey, did you do that? Oh, it must, you know, it's fun. We have a lot of fun on this network. Everybody's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, but it's just like what Kittens is saying. It's like that just doesn't like.
It's not clicking in my
I'm not
brain.
saying that's wrong. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's wrong. But obviously, Slider, you think I remember that, but it's just like Slider.
But I can't
Call sign
place
Slider.
it in the movie. So I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm definitely gonna watch that movie tonight. Like, hell yeah. And there's supposed to be another one coming out.
We're Tom.
They've delayed it like
yeah.
2 years now.
It's
I
like
don't know if
Tom,
I'm going to see it.
Tom Cruise
of
is
course
supposed
I'm
to be
gonna
an
see it.
instructor back at Miramar and then have to go out on a mission or something with his new pilots, I guess.
I want to see it, but I'm really annoyed that they delayed it so they could try to make bank off all the tickets.
Right.
I'm just like,
You know what's going to happen
Yeah.
is they're going to wait so long that it's just nobody's going to care. They're going to freaking stream it.
That's pretty much like, have you seen the amount of movies that are still being made but not advertised and just going right to Hulu or YouTube or Netflix?
Oh,
or...
I did that with Disney Plus. I am a 101 Dalmatians fanatic. Cruella is my favorite villain. Like,
Yeah, I love Cruella.
I am obsessed with that particular Disney movies. Like, I've seen them all. I used to collect Dalmatians. I wanted a Dalmatian at one point. So I paid the $30 for Cruella on Disney Plus, and I do not regret it, because if you buy the premiere access on Disney Plus, you can watch it however many times you want. I've watched that movie so many times.
See, you could actually.
It's Emma Stone that plays her, right?
You've got long enough hair. You could.
Emma Stone. I like her.
You got long enough hair. You could pull off the Cruella haircut, like get the temporary spray.
Oh, my husband love me to show up at his work dressed like that?
Oh yeah, he'd probably do like, I don't know who that is.
I have not watched all the way to the end, but I will definitely check that out now. I didn't know there, because I was a little confused. Like, I really like how they led up to how she became the identity of Cruella, but it's more of, well, how did she escalate to that point?
Spoiler alert!
Is what I wanted.
Spoiler alert!
We all know that she becomes Cruella, though, because we've all seen 101 Dalmatians, and if you didn't, you had a very crappy childhood, and I am sorry. See, I haven't watched all the way through the credits yet. I have the attention span of a goldfish.
So they did like what Marvel does.
I actually,
I
when I was at Carson, we had a guy that had male and female Dalmatian, and she had just had puppies. Those are the most evil dogs in the world. They look cute, but they're hyper and they bite, and they're just.
They're incredibly stubborn and overbred.
I was just gonna
which
say,
is why I don't have one.
Dalmatians are known to be really stubborn.
Yeah, if you
stubborn
look up
and aggressive.
Yeah, if you
They
look up
can be,
on like
aggressive.
breeds that bite, Dalmatians are like always in the top 5 of breeds that have bitten people. You know,
I know like the large poodles are mean. I know we're talking about poodles now, but
so
I wanted one until I met my friend. She had 3 of them. One was really aggressive. The other one was dumber than a box of rocks. And the third one was just so stubborn. It knew the command. It just didn't fucking care.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want to deal with a dog like that. I personally don't. I don't have the patience for it. So I have golden retrievers because they do like to people please.
Oh,
Dalmatians are hit or miss.
You got cutie retrievers.
Yes.
Oh, that's Tom.
Yep, I was just gonna say.
I don't like.
That's Tom.
My husband wanted a wiener dog, and I'm just like, anything I can easily drop kick over my back fence is not a dog. That is a purse item.
It's a wiener.
They're so cute though, with their little legs.
They're
and
not.
Their ears.
But then they are a medical nightmare. They are a medical nightmare because their back and all of the issues. Like they're really cute when they're someone else's. I can't.
And then they try to bite you.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm a big dog person. The bigger, the better.
Growing up, my mom and dad had Basset hounds, and at one time we had a male, a female, and 9 puppies. And Basset hounds are similar to wiener dogs, you know, long, a little bigger is all, but short legs, long ears, and droopy eyes.
I know which ones you're talking. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You have 4
wieners.
They had, he's got 4 wieners. I think you need to talk to the VA, Tom. The Marines might have messed you up, buddy.
They were
They are big assholes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a little dog fan. I tolerate them when they're my clients' dogs, but would I willingly choose to live with one? No. No. If I want something that small, I'm just gonna get a cat.
My parents dropped me off at the airport because I was leaving to go to training to go overseas. So I wasn't going to be home for months. They literally left the airport, drove through a snowstorm, and adopted 2 wiener dogs. So when I got home, I came home on leave for a couple days. These little fuckheads flew off the couch and flew across the damn room to bite me. Because I'm an intruder in my house, and ever since then they never did like me. They never cared for me. They bit the kids.
My mom has Chihuahuas,
and they only
she's
just
down
recently...
to 1 now. My mom got Chihuahuas every time my brother and I moved out. She just got a Chihuahua, and they are such yappy little things.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, why? Like, my dogs don't make a peep unless somebody knocks on the door, and then I just tell them to shut up, and then they shut up.
My neighbors had a Great Dane. The first time I saw it, I was really baked. I looked out my window, and I see this Great Dane going through my driveway. I'm like, holy fuck, somebody's horse got moved. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a horse. I come outside, and it's this big, goofy-looking Great Dane.
I smoked too much. There's a horse in my driveway.
Oh, yeah. I told my buddy that was here, I was like, bro, we need to get more of this. But I go outside, the dog looks at me. I'm like, well, where do you belong? And she starts walking back over to the neighbor's house, and I just follow her, open up the gate, and let her back inside the yard and shut the gate. You know, the neighbors come out. The first time I heard that dog bark, it scared the crap out of me because it didn't bark. Yeah. It would just go outside, roll around, you know, and it was out there one day and it barked. And I was like, what the fuck is that? You know,
the pterodactyls.
Now, my parents, unfortunately, they lost their 2 older Chihuahuas due to old age and stuff. So they just have the younger one named Thunder, and he's so cute. But that dog gets on my nerves. Thunder? Yes, and he definitely thinks he wears bigger britches than what he does. Like, that is a yappy little thing. Yeah, it just, I don't know how my mom tolerates it. We set my mom up for failure. So a couple years ago, I was up there visiting my parents with my daughter while Matt was in training, and I saw their neighbor at the time had just gotten a chocolate lab puppy, and they had like 2 more puppies. So we're like, "Hey, Dad, you want a big dog, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "We just need to convince Mom." Well, it was very easy with me there. So
Now they have a chocolate lab.
A chocolate lab and a chihuahua.
I want to get a Chihuahua, a Pit Bull, and then a Great Dane, but all have them that fawn deer-like color, and randomly put them out in the yard so nobody knows I've actually got 3 dogs. They just think they're different dogs.
They're probably wondering, pouring out what they're drinking, like, oh, it grew overnight and shrunk.
Yeah.
My internet go? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can
I
see
can't
and hear you.
see or hear Jenny.
Bummer. And yeah, Mike,
can you see me, Si?
Yeah, I see everybody. I can hear everybody. Can you guys?
Okay. Yes.
And
I can only see and hear you, Si. I'll be back. I told you I warned you my Wi-Fi is weird.
I had a exotic cat. It was a champion. She was Munchkin with short hair called a Sealkirk Rex. It was like a sheep. She was so soft and fluffy. It was like petting a cloud. And she had a flat face, almost like you could lick her mouth and stick her to the wall. It was like concave, not flat really. It was like backwards. And she was just the cutest thing. She's the only cat I ever knew that would jump up on you, roll over on her back, and demand belly rubs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lab and Shepherds and Golden Shepherd mixes are freaking adorable. Even a Munchkin. I don't know. When it comes to cats, like, I'm cheap. I don't care what it looks like as long as it loves me.
Yeah.
And it's because I save up my money for golden retrievers.
Well, see, I went to the cat show with my mom for Mother's Day. That's kind of, we go to the cat show for Mom's Day. And I'm walking around looking at stuff, and I looked into one of the little kitty prisms that was on the table, right? And there was this beautiful all white, totally white cat with this weird curly hair that I'd never seen before. And I'm looking at it, and the lady's like, "Do you want to hold her?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I picked her up and I held her like this, and she nuzzled her head right by my beard and just did this cutest little meow. And I was like, "She's for sale. Hold on. I'll be right back. Here's a check for half."
What? She found a Munchkin for $20?
Wow.
That's my cat running around. Damn. That is a hell of a deal.
No kidding.
I keep seeing the Munchkin cats pop up on TikTok where they're doing cute little running things in the house.
A friend of mine.
I was like, these things are so adorable.
A friend of mine, when I went out to New Hampshire a couple of years ago, she had 4. She had the mom, and then she had kept 3 of the kittens, and like little Munchkin kitties running. Oh, it was so cute. They're just adorable.
Damn, for $20, yeah, I would have gotten the cat too.
I know what I spent on mine. Yeah, that was a bargain.
Yeah, I spent nothing for the cats that I have, but I have mutts. My house panthers are just mutts. I don't even know what they are. One is black with a white spot on his chest, and the other is just your run of the mill brown and gray tabby. I found them.
Yeah.
They were for free. I was like, sweet, I need a cat. I'm lonely. And I've had them for years.
Rupert's just your domestic short hair house cat. No fancy, nothing like that,
If I ask my husband for a cat that costs that much money, I'm going to be sleeping on the couch for a while.
Oh, trust me. When I got my first one, he was even more expensive than the female that I got. He was a breed that is like rare. It's called Berman, and there's only 3 colors. There's chocolate, seal point, and red. And 2 cats originally came from Europe to the United States, and that's how we have Bermans in the United States, is because of those 2 cats. And they're like all Buddha's temple cat. The history behind them is this temple got raided and all the monks got killed, and the cat's eyes went from gold to orange when the Buddhist spirit entered the kitty. You know, so there's this whole history behind him and stuff. But yeah, so he was my first one. He was almost he was almost 20 years old before he passed away. Yeah. But yeah, he was more pricey than the exotic short-haired girl that I had. She was only like, I think she was only like 1,000, and Rafe, he was like 1,400, and he was neutered.
Already neutered? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No. Black labs, I've noticed that labs can be difficult.
Either or,
yeah. It's kind of amusing that you named him Felony. He was a bad puppy. See, I thought about getting a Maine Coon, but through the pet care business that I do, I've gotten to meet a couple Bengals, and those are some really, really neat cats.
And they're
like
smart.
These fofos. Yes, he flat out knows how to unlock a locked door and just let himself outside, and then he knows how to get back in. Or I'm just like, is this cat a human? I'm really beginning to wonder, because I couldn't figure out why the back door was open. So I called the clients, and I was like, nothing appears to have been taken, and then nothing showed up on the camera, so nobody hopped the fence or anything. So I pointed the camera at the back door, and sure enough, it's the freaking cat that was hopping up, unlocking the deadbolt, letting himself out, and then when the wind would slam the door shut, he'd let himself back in.
Yeah. Wow.
Yay! Talking about Bengal cats, they are so smart and they are so cool. See, I would not mind a Savannah either, but then I look at the cost of these cats, and it's just like I'm not even gonna ask my husband. That's expensive. I could buy a car.
Yeah.
The cost of these cats.
A really good used car. Yeah.
Yes. For a cat. Like, no.
One of the girls that she grew up down the street from me. Our parents actually are still neighbors. But she lives, I believe, out in like Northern California, and she breeds Savannas. So I'm always seeing her little kittens on her Facebook.
They're so cool, but that price tag.
Yeah.
No. No. My husband would not approve of that. I'm lucky he let me have golden retrievers. Any more than that? No. Holy moly, that is a huge dog.
You could always say we could have another kid then.
Oh, see, he knows I'm bluffing because I do.
I was just gonna say she don't want it. No.
Ooh. Oh no. Oh, I flat out told my husband, you can have more kids if you want them, but I'm not taking care of them because I am done. Like, nope.
See this? No more.
Yeah. No.
This is my no zone.
Pretty much. I have a friend who has a Frenchie, and it is one of the cutest dogs that I've ever seen. The little ear, or I don't know if it's a Frenchie, but it's like a Boston and I think it is a Frenchie, a Boston Frenchie mix or something like that. But she is
those
so
little ones with
cute.
the short legs and the bulldogish looking wrinkled face. Yeah. And they got the big like pop out eyes.
But they're so cute though. I can't help it. The little ears with the face. Like,
Rob's
they're cute.
sister actually has a blue French bulldog.
I'm not asking you for more animals, Matthew. No more. I know. We are at max capacity.
Matt's like, what?
Ooh, I know. Max capacity up in this house.
Yeah, Rob's sister's has blue coated French bulldog, and she goes for $4,000 to $5,000.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
And her pups that she just recently had, I think she said the least she got on them, because they were all unique coat colors, she got at least $3,000 for each puppy.
Wow.
That's after cost of everything. Profited $3,000 each puppy.
Well, and then like I know
Yeah.
a lot. I don't know how much it's done now, but I know a lot of times if you would get pups from a breeder, like a AKC real deal breeder, not a puppy mill, you'd have a little thing and like where you'd sign that if you get a female and they have puppies, the person you bought the dog from would get first right to pick of the litter. Or then you can take.
No, I know what you're talking about. Some breeders have that.
Yeah, and then you could take the male and people pay you to let your dog have sex with their female.
I'd give my kid away for free. I'd be like, here you go. Good luck. I'll wait for you to return her because I know you eventually will.
Or it's like those TikToks that, would you punch a coworker for $10 million? It's not about the money.
Yeah. You didn't even need to mention $10 million. All you had to do was, would you punch a coworker? Which one?
All of them.
I like that. All of them. Now, is it like 10 million each? Or the collective whole? Studs for breeding. I think he's gonna change his shirt. Studs for breeding. Because I got mine from breeders. And both of them say Korg is on a limited registration. So I had it was in the breeder agreement since I didn't pay full price for him, that I had to neuter him within a year. But for Kita, I got free reign. It's just I don't want to whelp puppies. There's a couple that I can think of definitely. Yeah, I think he's gonna change it.
I suck at this game.
It's too early to take the shirt off.
Ew.
You've done it. You've done it within the first hour before.
You've almost started shows without your shirt. So
yeah,
true. I have.
You mix it up to keep us on our toes.
I try.
Most of us win.
I'm just loving the comments. Everybody's like, no shirt change.
I know. Oh, snap. Called out.
I forgot to. Be bad.
Yes, called out on it. So we are better. Oh my God! With the freaking dun 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 dun. We're Veterans Anonymous. Our network is called Veterans Anonymous. We're available on Twitch.tv/VetsAnon, YouTube Veterans Anonymous, Facebook Veterans Anonymous 22. We do have shows Monday through Thursday. However, our Monday show, which is Monday Night Mayhem with Lunchbox and Judy, is going on a slight break for about the summer and stuff like that. They have things in their lives that is going on, books and competitions and family and everything that they shall return. And when they do, it'll be Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesdays is Scramjet with W, Uncle Si, the American. You can catch them Tuesday nights. Mother bitches, I am off my damn game. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday, Scramjet. Yes. Wednesday nights, you can catch us here at the Crossroads with myself, Cuddling Kittens, Uncle Si, the American, when he returns. And we do like to play games. So if you are interested, you can play some Family Feud. I still have a new game of Family Feud to open. It's a new edition. Lots of fun. Let me know. Hit us up every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then filling out your week with your safety brief, our favorite crayon eaters. We can have Full Metal Crayon Eaters with Baby Jesus and Tommy Erotic. I always slaughter his name. But yes, you can catch them Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ta-da! I formulated a sentence.
So yeah, if anybody wants to jump on a Family Feud, hit one of us up, preferably Combat Cricket, because she's kind of got the power of the keyboard.
She does too.
Yeah,
I haven't figured out yet how to do that.
I had to YouTube a few things because it's like I don't quite remember YouTube. There's so much information on YouTube. I spend more time on there than like anything else.
Don't judge me.
YouTube is amazing.
Yes, there's a TikTok that I made because I got an unexpected package from Sauce Boss.
Yeah.
And in our history, when you get an unexpected package, you don't necessarily fully trust it. Just because of the possibility of glitter bombs. So I did make a YouTube. Mother bitches. I made a TikTok.
That's why you gotta open it up outside.
Yes, I made a TikTok of opening it, and I did open it outside, like in the back corner of the yard, in case there was glitter in it. And you could even kind of, if you look close, I'm kind of like shaking as I peeled the packing paper off. So much info.
Yeah, I've learned anytime I
but
get
I did get it. Yes, this is the edition.
Anytime I get a box, I learned I've been glitter bombed twice, attempted 3 times. Actually, in my living room, had glitter on the floor twice.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
I'm still finding glitter from like over 6 years ago in my living room.
Glitter is the STD of the craft world.
It is.
It doesn't go away.
But I can say I've glitter bombed somebody in Australia and Israel. So I'm kind of even.
I've never really glitter bombed anybody. It's so mean.
I haven't, and I have not yet been.
I look at
glitters.
I look at it like somebody took the time and cares enough to send me a glitter bomb. You know, it's kind of like they do like me. You know, if they didn't like me, they wouldn't do that.
You got to do like the big pieces of glitter though.
That's
a nice way of doing it.
The guy that sent me the beer and food from Australia, our favorite digger from down under, Bill Gammon, he sent big pieces of glitter. At least they were, you know, fairly, but they were in the shape of cock and balls. Yeah. So I'm sitting there looking at my lap and the floor going, fuck.
Yeah.
You were recording it. Didn't you catch it?
I caught part of it, and I caught part of the first one that I got nailed on. Felix tried me, but when I opened up the box, I saw a piece of shiny, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. We need to go outside with this. You know, and I still got glitter in my front yard right by my steps. And that was like 2-3 years ago when he tried it. I tried him and he caught it. He opened it up outside and saved the glitter. He's got a Ziploc baggie that's like 3 ounces of glitter.
Now, I want to figure out, Mark, there's a YouTube video from Mark Rober. And he did a glitter bomb for his package thieves. So it's like, if I glitter bomb anybody, I want to do it like that because he had his phones record the location. So once it went out the certain radius,
he like had
it would start talking.
And then it like,
and the fart spray, I definitely want like next level and send that stuff to my brother. Like I want to glitter bomb someone like that. I would send the tiny glitter. Yeah. No, one of the meanest things I've ever done is I bought somebody this candle set and it was supposed to smell like pumpkin and apples, but it was actually poop candles.
Yeah.
Once it burned Yeah, once it burns down to a certain level, it straight up smells like sewage.
Yeah.
And I did that for a work gift. I went to the holiday party and they did a white elephant gift. And they thought it was a really nice candle.
Yeah, I know. It's a nice candle. You're like,
That's the gift that takes time, because after they light it, they're like, "Oh, that smells good," and then like a couple days
And
later,
they never
they're like,
suspect
they
the candle.
never think about it until it's like, what is that smell? Like,
Yeah.
they probably don't even know that was intentional either by that time.
they come back and they're like, "You know that candle you got me? I don't think it was a good one. It smelled bad after a couple of days."
It was
Don't
for
say.
I was married to my ex-husband at the time and I went to his holiday party. So I had no fucking shame.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like, I'm the only maintainer. These are a bunch of noners. I think it's hilarious. I didn't tell my husband anything. I just went, picked out the candles. So if they said anything to him, he never told me. But man, I would have loved to be a fly on the wall for that.
oh right. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
I tested one and it straight up smells like burning sewage. It's gross, hilarious, but gross.
Yeah, I think it would have taken me a while because I don't burn candles all that often. That it would have taken me a while to get to that point, and then be like, did it go bad?
yeah. Then you're like, okay, who gave me this? Where did we get this candle? You know.
I like subtle gifts like that where it's like, I don't particularly like you. You will suffer eventually. Yeah, I've gone to work with that fart spray before too. I do. I've gone to work with that fart spray, and right before I was troubleshooting the jet, and right before I left, I sprayed a little bit, and then went down the stair ladder. So the cockpit of the jet straight up smelled like ass. Yeah. Yeah, I'm mischievous to say the least. And I have no shame.
The evil of cuddling kittens come out.
I know,
Yeah,
she's so
Matt-
innocent.
Matt calls it the shit side. That's actually not a bad gift. Like motor oil. If it's the right one for my car, that's useful. I like useful things. I got a really nice toilet paper holder one time.
I got a
think it
potato
was
and
legit.
a Idaho license plate.
That's so random.
What?
Yeah, they're a potato and an Idaho license plate.
Wow.
I don't even know
I
what I
like
did
to
with that
give
license
the-
plate though. Random as yeah.
Yeah.
I always look for the random ones, like the random funny ones. Because there was one year I found it was like this it was a poop, they called it a poop buddy, and I found it at Walmart. And it was motion activated and it would talk to you while you were in the bathroom. And it had a bunch of poop jokes.
Yeah, nope. Nope. Did
So
Monica bunny?
Well, his commander, Bobby's commander, freaking loved it. Like he went and stole it. You know how you can steal it twice and then it's dead? He intentionally waited until it had already been stolen and then went and his commander freaking loved it.
Hilarious.
So I always look for the funny, amusing ones. I like getting the alcohol ones though. Those ones are nice.
Always.
Yes.
Or the scratch tickets. Those are cool. The like crossword ones. Because I'm like not really too into like gambling, but just the like little boxes.
It's satisfying to scratch it off.
Mhm.
I do like those.
I used to get the candy that was like at first a nice, flavor. And then like once you got it down so far, it was like nasty, sour warhead, pucker factor 12 stuff. You're like, mm. And I would give it to my mom. And my mom would be like, oh. And then she would just start beating me because she got to the nasty part of it. And I'm like, ha, ha, ha. And she'd fall for it again like a couple months later. I'm like, you want some? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you didn't learn, Mom.
Your poor mother.
Oh, yeah.
I knew I liked your Uncle Si. Yeah, definitely quite the prankster.
Oh, my mom hated me growing up. We went grocery shopping one time, and you know how Cornish hens are only about like this big, smaller than a chicken. And my mom was like, "I wonder what those are." And I'm like, "They're dead crows, Mom, but nobody will eat a dead crow, so they call it a Cornish hen." And she actually told some people that, and then got mad at me because I told her that, I used to mess with her so much. She got me a couple of times. She enlisted the neighborhood girls to toilet paper and perfume my car one time. And so like until the odor went out of my car smelled like a 12 to 15-year-old girl's bedroom. It was, nobody wanted to ride with me or not.
I was gonna say that fruity, like
yes,
cheap perfume.
The female
where it's just like
Lady Stetson type stuff back in the day in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of choices like now, but yeah. So yeah, I'm riding around with my head out the window. Why are you doing that? My car stinks.
Uncle Si.
Roll that beautiful beard footage.
As foolish as we are. Oh yeah, we danced till the sun came up. Oh yeah, we danced till the sun came up. Yeah, as foolish as we are. Oh yeah, we danced till the sun came up. Oh yeah, we danced till the sun came up.
Other bitches.
So yeah, in the wonderful world of barbecue, he got the habanero in the nice like spice bottles. It's not a jar; it's like the
hot sauce bottle. I'm so excited.
Yeah, he's got that
I'm
going
so
out.
excited.
Oh yeah, he's almost sold out of it. If you ain't got your order in, you better hurry. He's that close to like being sold out of it already. The Hawaiian shirts are coming in at the end of the month. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get mine.
Yes, I ordered one for me, one for Matt, and I'm pretty stoked.
Nice.
Yes.
I've had to explain that to my husband. He's like, "But you don't throw shoes." I'm like, "I don't throw shoes with you. I used to throw shoes. I used to." I was like, "Wait till our kid's older, and you'll probably see me chucking those things." Yeah. You guys already know I chuck yarn at cats.
I think one time you weren't even looking. You just flipped one over the back of your shoulder and still hit the cat in the window.
Yeah, it's because he'll sit there and chew on these blinds, and I don't want to have to replace them. So I tape the blinds to the window so he can't get between the blinds and the window. But now he's trying to chew it. So I just beat him with yarn.
Oh,
yes, Hawaiian shirts.
Are some of them still available on?
I think he's still got a couple available. I think that he's got large and extra larges available. If you need a smaller shirt, you might be out of luck. I'm not totally positive on those. But yeah, it's got his logo and it's got the stack and bodies on it. And it's like blue with white. It's pretty cool looking.
There you go.
Yeah. That one.
That's this year's design. You just got to go check out beardbqsauce.com and look in the gear and see if there's any available. Hopefully he does. Might still have a couple that will fit.
And if you show up, because Felix is getting a food truck and going around the country, and if you show up with the Hawaiian shirt on, you get half off of what you ordered, not your whole order, but just what you order. Come on, money. You can't be giving food away, especially this good of food.
Yes, we all are obsessed with Beard BQ sauce.
I used this mustard sauce and rub for my chicken breast, and then I've been cutting up the chicken for my salads.
Nice.
And
I got a jar of French onion dip. And I added some mild regular Beards seasoning to it and mixed it up. 10 times better. I was like, this stuff goes on anything, you know?
Kittens actually made me curious about this because I know that like Judy did it before, but Kittens is saying that like having your groceries delivered and stuff like that. So I tried this out, and I did order a bunch of pork chops that I'm planning on doing with mustard. So
Trust me, I've done pork chops with this mustard seasoning. It's amazeballs. It's incredible.
Yes. Waffle House is one of my favorites. That is awesome.
Nice.
For those that don't necessarily know who Tom is, he is our Marine that I mentioned before with Full Metal Crayon Eaters. Yes, save22.vet. He just landed a sponsorship with Waffle House, and you know he's actually able to help out Kyle with his run. So,
speaking of Kyle, he still needs drivers. If you guys listening, if you know anybody that's available from July,
breathe.
September, I think it is. Yeah, that.
So because he's my brother, is our other Marine, our sweet baby Jesus. He is getting ready to run across the country. He unfortunately had to delay it just because he actually was supposed to step off this week, right? But he had to delay it. So he had to delay. Ended up delaying it just because he needs drivers. He doesn't expect somebody to be able to drive the entire distance, but you know, if you can go out and drive for a few days, a week, or you know, even longer, if it's possible, it'd be greatly appreciated. Please get a hold of because he's my brother. And he does ask you to message the because he's my brother and not him directly, just because with as much as he has going on right now, he doesn't want that message to get lost in the other messages and stuff like that. So if you're able to help, it'd be greatly appreciated. We want to get him on the road next month.
Yeah, Real Baby Jesus says, please help, come drive for me.
You've got a figurine for just about everyone, don't you?
I was just going to say, Kyle, Sai is collecting figures and naming them.
I get different odds and ends.
After us.
I heard you got a new hat.
Oh, I've ordered. About 3 weeks I get the new hat. I'm curious for $40. Why not? It's supposed to be 100% leather. So I'm like, I think I need one of those. I think that'll look cool.
Yes.
And then, just to be fair, I have one of me.
Oh, they're not shirts? Oh, no shirt.
Well, he got up and left and came back, and he still has a shirt on. So they lose.
I thought they were
being tricky, guys.
And Tom is also on day 369 of push-ups.
Kick ass, Tom.
I can't remember what day Baby Jesus is on.
I think he's high 20s. I think the last time.
No, he's way past that.
Is he? Okay, my bad. Brain fog.
But yes. We talk about push-ups, we talk about hikes, we talk about rucks. Why? Because they fucking help.
If nobody saw Tom hiking, if nobody saw Kyle running, if nobody saw people like Tom and Kyle and everybody else doing push-ups, nobody would know that there's an issue or where to go to get help with that issue.
104.
Okay, 104.
He's on day 104.
Right. And Kyle has said he's still going to do push-ups while he's on the run. And I
was just going to say, he's averaging over 33 miles a day.
Yeah.
And still going to do push-ups.
And plus he might do more, like, if they're 3 miles away from a hotel, he might run 40 miles to get to that next town or stuff like that. And, so, hey, support all the way, brother. Oh, and something else with the beard BQ. Felix made a science experiment, kind of. Okay, what happens around fall time, around November, October, with basic white girls and Starbucks?
Pumpkin spice.
It's not just Starbucks. It's just pumpkin spice. Everything.
So, he's got a few jars of this that if you order and put in the comment section pumpkin, I saw that. That was cool. You're going to die running that hill. Or yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Tom, he got enough money. Tom got enough donations. He's got to run the stairs in his hometown 22 times.
It's like over 100 steps, right?
Yeah.
And they're like deep.
They're
So it's
long.
not just like regular steps.
Yeah,
they're the pain in the ass steps.
They're them long statue steps that are like, yay long and only this tall.
He's not gonna. Yeah, he's not running it, but he is gonna climb it 22 times. So
yeah. But yeah, so if you order from Beard BQ and put in the comment section pumpkin, you might get a surprise.
He has.
I really.
Well,
Yeah, I really want to try that because I love the pumpkin spice.
I'm thinking it would take. Well, Felix was kind of doubting it. I watched him when he made it on TikTok, and he put a spoonful in his mouth and was like, "It's actually not bad." His wife tasted it, was like, "That's exactly what I thought it would taste like." He's had people try it and go, "This ain't bad." I'm thinking smoke a turkey with it for Thanksgiving.
yeah.
I'd put it on ham. I'm funky with turkey. I'm just not a turkey person. I'm
Smoke a
definitely
ham?
a ham. Yeah.
4,700 steps. Yeah.
Wait. Always check pockets. I have no pockets today. I'm in leggings.
So when you get shirts from Beard BQ, check the pockets.
Because he shoves stickers and
Oh.
business cards in there. And
Coasters and
oh, yeah, I forgot he did the coasters.
Yeah, I have one, and I love this thing. And I don't have the shiny stickers, but I've got the normal stickers.
what's something that sounds like a cult but really isn't a cult?
Right?
Oh, it's so good though. It's like, it's good. It's delicious. I have some more chicken that I need to make. I want to make it half mild, half spicy because I prefer the spicy. So I have chicken for my salads. I ordered some of his habanero hot sauce, and I am so excited. I love
bet.
hot sauce.
Yeah. And like
I'm a hot sauce on everything type of person.
It's only, I think he said it's only 800,000 Scoville. So it's
See,
hot,
and I don't
but not
know.
hot.
See, and I don't know what Scoville means because I use Cholula, Frank's Red Hot, and Sriracha are like my 3 go-tos. And those don't phase. Oh, and Tabasco. I like the red one though, not the green one. The green one's got a funky taste to it. But those are the hot sauces that I tend to use, and those aren't too spicy for me.
Blasphemy. I love green Tabasco.
I know.
No.
I like it on certain things, but it doesn't taste good on everything. Like I've put it on pizza, and I'm just
it does have it does
"Mm."
have a certain flavor to it because like I'll put it pretty much anything like breakfast food.
Yes,
over
amazing on
it.
breakfast stuff. Or
But, like-
potatoes, like if you put it on like a potato-y cheesy dish. Like I've put it on baked potatoes and it was delicious. But on pizza, it tastes funny. Okay, so Scovilles are the heat scale. I wonder how hot it will be then.
So it's going to be more spicy than your sriracha. Your sriracha is probably the highest out of everything that you named.
Yeah, I think
It'll
so.
be a little bit. It should be above your sriracha, but below like the Reaper sauce. Way below the Reaper.
Oh yeah,
That's
way
right.
I
below,
haven't
like half of the Reaper.
See, I don't do ghost pepper, and I've never tried scorpion or reaper pepper because ghost pepper hurts when it comes out my other end, and it will upset But not only that, like within an hour of eating it, my stomach is like cramped up and in serious pain. Like I love it. My face loves it. My intestines and my stomach do not. And it is a miserable process
I'm
from
the
that
same
point
way.
forward.
Love it, the flavor, but like that heat, yeah, no.
It's just a little bit too much. So sometimes it's fine. And then the last time I did ghost pepper hot wings, I paid very dearly for that. It hurt.
It's like baby Jesus before the Valhalla sausage. He freaking like stomach made of steel with the hot stuff, and unfortunately, with the Valhalla sausage, he ended up getting food poisoning on top of how hot that freaking thing was.
Oh no.
So not only was he dealing with the heat, but he was also dealing with being food poisoning.
He tried to finish eating it. I'll give him that. He realized
did, because he didn't realize. Yeah,
well,
he didn't realize.
About halfway, he realized, okay, it's not the heat that's getting me. Something's off with the meat.
Yeah, because his color completely drained from him.
You could see he just went.
You can
and
tell
you get
that
the cold sweats where
you could tell that it wasn't the heat that was affecting him, because we watched him do like the
Well, like Audie said, when he did the death nuts, you could tell he hit the first one, not that bad. Second one, not that bad. Third one, you could see it. He was like, whoa.
He flushed, right?
Yeah.
That's reacting to heat. He flushed.
Yeah.
But with the Valhalla sausage, it was just no color. Like you could tell he was sick, not suffering from the heat.
Yeah. And Mike, I want to try your Italian sausage.
Yes.
That looks incredible. I'll probably only be able to eat about this much of it.
I probably might be able to smell it, but it does. It looks so good, though. It does.
Yeah.
I am such a wuss when it comes to hot stuff, which is ironic for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like now, I think when I get off here, I think I'm gonna go make some spicy ramen.
I could do spicy ramen. It's just, like I said, I am very particular with hot things, just because once it goes past that little tiny degree of like heat over flavor, I won't touch it.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's like what's so great about
And it's
beer.
not very high, on a very high scale for me.
Yeah, it's like with beards. I've tried the Reaper sauce. I can't do it every day. I don't need to have a jar of it in my house, but it's got heat, but it's such good flavor.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures. I want some.
Yeah. Thanks, Shelly and
Richie.
Richie.
I can do most spicy things. There's been a few things.
Miss your face.
I forget what it was, but that thing was so hot it felt like my ears were like literally on
when you're
fire.
feeling
Like,
it in your ears.
yeah.
When
And the thing is, I spit it out. Like I felt it right up in this area where it felt like I got punched in the face. And I was like, oh, so I spit it out, and then my ears started burning. I was like, So I'm glad I didn't fully eat that, because that probably would have wreaked havoc.
Well, like Jade said, when you're doing the heat just to have heat in it and no flavor, I can add scorpion peppers to ketchup and do the same thing, but when it's got good flavor in it, I'll try a little bit and I'll deal with the heat and sweat and be like, I need milk,
See, and I can't have milk. Lactose.
I have to be careful with milk. Otherwise, I probably have a similar issue to her.
Bummer.
But I've also been sprayed with OC, so I don't know if that connection with the pepper and being sprayed in the face with it.
I got sprayed in the parking lot on a beer stroll one night.
What?
Yeah, these people were being just freaking gigantic a-holes, and I called them out on it, and they started talking smack, and I was like, look, I'm not the one you want to start talking shit to. And it was funny because her old man was like, oh, I'll mess you up. I'm from Chicago. I'm like, good, go back.
Go back to Chicago, badass.
And I'm focused on him, not watching his girlfriend get in the vehicle at all, right? I'm focusing on, the threat that's right there.
I was just going to say him, the threat, the bigger threat right now.
Yeah, she hollers at me, and I look over like this, and all of a sudden, just OC'd right out of the side of her car. I was good till it got under my glasses and got my eyes. I opened up my mouth and was like, that's just pepper juice, and then it got under my glasses and got in my eyes and I fucking lost it. But yeah, that was just on a beer stroll.
You're so mean.
You're really mean.
Yeah.
I've been OC sprayed too. And no thanks. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. I hated it.
Yeah.
The bullshit thing is we found out that we were sprayed with 10% oil base, which normal, like if you go and buy it from the store, you're going to get like maybe 5% water base.
Right.
But what our cert said was 5% oil base. And it's like, no, you fuckheads, you certed us in the wrong thing, that we actually got sprayed with the
nasty shit.
the worser. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Really busy. Deuces.
I thought the instructor was crazy when he told me to put Dawn dish soap in my eyes, but I never thought soap in the eyes would feel so good. But oh my gosh, it felt amazing. It instantly killed the fucking burn and got that stuff right out. But the worst part is nobody told me. Well, nobody told me that when you get OC sprayed, you need to shower like leaning forward. Otherwise, it just runs down.
Yep.
So I get home and I had washed all the OC spray off my face, so I thought it was good. I'd be like, "Well, I've already gotten this off," but it started spraying.
Shot and stabbed again.
Again.
Okay. I'm looking. Oh yeah.
Shot and stabbed again.
The Marine. Okay. I can see where that would be an again thing. Those guys.
See, I don't want to be OC sprayed again. No. It's spicy. It's spicy.
Well, so we went through the course and stuff like that, and this kid that was running the decon station, I don't know what he had it out for me or something. He attempted to drown me in the bin because the water takes away your breath, and he just put the water completely over my face and wouldn't lift it up. Like I ended up throwing myself out of the bin because, and even the other NCOs were just like, "Yo, you're gonna drown her." But then for when we got back and actually were able to go to the showers and stuff like that, I washed my face. Like I hung over the sink and washed my face, but I wasn't paying attention to all the water running down my arm and collecting right at my elbows. So I like burnt the inside of my elbows. And then I didn't decon my Oakleys, which I didn't think about it until the next morning on convoy when the sun came up, and I put my Oakleys back on, and it reactivated while I'm driving in a convoy.
The gift that keeps on giving.
I know. It's like, oh my god! My TC was just like, "What is wrong with you?" It was like, "It reactivated. It burns." He's like, "You can pull over," and I'm like, "I'm okay. I can see out of this eye."
No one told me that after you decontaminate yourself, that you can have side effects for a few hours afterwards. So my face started burning again, and I got in the shower, and I didn't do the lean over thing. It just ran down.
Oh, the way down.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
It was so spicy, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, that alone. I never want to be OC sprayed again. I will behave. I will do exactly as you ask, officer, because that whole South experience, hell no.
Oh.
That shit burned for like an hour after. And I'm like, I washed my face. Like, why does this do? Why? Mm-mm.
We didn't wear the sunglasses. I didn't wear the sunglasses while I got sprayed. It was just like after decon and stuff, and like hanging around and then going back and then like showering and stuff. And like I said, I got it on my sunglasses in that time frame.
Yeah, I was lucky in the parking lot. One of the workers at Walgreens came out and was like watching the whole ordeal. And after I fucking like pulled my shirt off and my glasses off, he was like, "Hey, do you need help?" And I'm like, "I need a fucking sink with water." And they take
baby shampoo.
They take me back to the photo department, and they got that big mop sink kind of thing, and I'm just laying there running water out, and he's like, "How do you know how to do that?" And I was like, Army training. And in my mind, I was like, it sounded totally like Stripes, you know, Army training, Sergeant, you know. Well, John, I hope I never piss you off if you still got a can of CS.
Yeah, CS. I've done CS, the chamber twice. I went and watched a promotion ceremony in the chamber,
Wow.
and then
That's dedication.
we've been and then I've just been exposed to it quite a bit.
We had out in NTC, I don't think they still have it anymore, but when you go out there for training, the OP4, the enemy, the Black Horse guys, they had a Humvee that had 4 tubes on each side that would drive by and launch CS and tear gas out of it. You know, so you're laying in your tent, you hear a Humvee come by, you don't think nothing of it, and the next thing you know, fucking gas, oh God, you know. OP4 loved using that thing. No, I saw that, Richie, petting a wild Mustang. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, they still have they put those on our up armored Humvees and are on our ASBs and stuff like that, because my unit was QRF
That's evil, John.
for the state, so if, like riots and stuff like that, that's why what we used them for CS and OC. Didn't do that shit to each other in the field.
Oh yeah, we used to. You only going to get charged if you get caught, John. Just saying. You know, like everybody's like, oh, isn't that illegal? Only if you get caught.
That's very true. I no longer had upper respiratory issues after the gas chamber in basic.
Oh yeah, you took your snot and flung it over your shoulder and kept on marching.
You had to flap.
Yeah, they make you flap now.
We
But
did
it's
ours.
it's just draining, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this is
you're
so
like-
gross.
We did. My gas chamber was like in the middle of July in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And so we had to blouse our boots or our pants above our boots, you know, roll your pants up above your boot. And then we were in t-shirts. And we did push-ups before we went in the gas chamber to make sure your skin was all
Open
nice
those
and open.
pores.
Yeah. Yeah, we were hurting. Oh, fuck. I hated that.
It was February-ish at Fort
Lucky-
Leonard Wood for me.
Lucky you.
The person that was behind me was so nervous that they drank a whole bunch of Kool-Aid.
Oof.
My ACUs turned pink in the chamber.
Oh, ugly.
Yeah,
Ew.
it was
Ew.
so much fun.
Well,
I
and
was
like
feeling.
I've said before, at Fort Carson, they still had a tear gas chamber, right? That happened to be right across the street from mine and Audie's motor pool. So at least once a week, we'd catch the freaking gentle scent of tear gas coming through the motor pool. And it's like, oh, fuck, go to the office.
That's because you're kind of a badass there, Michael. Just saying. A little bit. Say, like, stalk his whole life on the boardwalk.
Oh man, that had to have been timidity.
Oof.
Mhm. That's one way.
I've been tempted to put it in someone's car before. Like just stick it, under their chair.
Bye,
They'll find
Richie.
it
Have a good
eventually.
night. Tell Michelle you love her, Mr. Face.
Yeah, he I guess he went out to Oregon the last week or so for a little bit of show and to meet some other people. And that's where he like walked up to a wild Mustang and it walked up to him and he got to pet it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's like way cool.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
That is wow. I like horses. I would want one someday, but they are very expensive. So,
Oh. Yeah.
God, they're so cool.
What is that thing that I saw? It's like in the olden days, rich people had cars, and nowadays, rich people have horses.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just
Ooh,
evil, Mike.
ew.
I'm glad we're friends. I hope we're friends.
Can we be friends?
Ooh,
goodness.
yeah, just thinking about that's like, no, nasty. I don't know.
Jenny?
What?
Good Jenny.
I'm sorry. The medication they have me on makes me so tired by the end of the day. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 2
That's
weeks
like-
without my pen.
Congratulations.
I
don't like
almost I'm almost 24 hours with no cigarettes, and I've only had one little thing. I don't know where I put it. Oh, a new one puff on this. So cutting back.
As I'm sitting over here puffing like a smokestack.
Oh.
Oh, bro, no.
Oh no!
No.
John, I don't care what it is you send me in an envelope or a box. I will never open it. It will sit out on my front porch forever.
You just return to sender.
Exactly. Return to sender, not at this address. Who the fuck is this?
The person you are calling is no longer available. I did watch this TikTok. This guy got a package. He's like, I got a package. And he's like, hopefully it's not anthrax. Let's see what it is. And he just cuts into it. And I was like, I'd be alright if it is anthrax. Like, the fuck am I thinking?
Well, like back in the day on active duty, we had to get the anthrax shot because that was when they were sending it out in the mail.
Mm.
And so after we got the anthrax vaccine, we were all joking, like opening up letters going, damn, no anthrax yet. Fuck. You know?
Oh,
I'm
freaking
vaccinated
jerks.
for it, so I was like, that's.
I know. That's why I thought about it. I was like, I'll be alright if it was.
Yeah. Fucking do a line of anthrax, like, haha, no big deal.
I could see you doing that too, but like, I'm still alive. Beaches. Oh god,
Nice.
that is great.
Congrats, Mike.
This is a 0% mixed with 3, so very watered down. And
I was at the 5%, and then really I just decided when on the last little refill thing, I was just like, no, I'm not gonna buy anymore. And
I don't know what percent these are.
a lot.
What are cigarettes? I think like 6 to 7%. I don't know. I don't know.
So
I don't know.
These ones go by milligram, and when we were at it, looking at what's it called? It was like a 32 milligram bottle that was like this big, so a lot smaller. That was supposed to mimic a cigarette, and I was like, that is just no.
Hey, at least I'm not 2 packs plus a day. I'm only 1 pack of cigarettes a day now, so I'm doing a little better. My mom asked me one time when I was going to quit smoking. I was like, when they shut the coffin, you know, and so she's never asked me again to quit smoking.
No one actually ever asked me to quit smoking. Only
No.
when I was pregnant was I asked if I'm going to stop smoking.
I quit there for a while.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, John, not Jenny.
And yeah, anybody that quit,
No,
hey, more power to you. I enjoy drinking beer and having a cigarette, you know.
Yes. Yes, I am wearing your shirt. It's very cozy, and it looks better on me than it does on you.
Boom.
Because I'm not pasty white.
Ooh.
It makes him glow. Swisher Sweets.
Are those the little like cigar
The-
things?
Yeah, you
The
can
cigar?
get different ones that got wood tips or plastic tips and different flavors. And yeah,
I've tried a few of those. They're not for me, but I didn't mind them. They get
I've had
What it
real
is called.
Swisher Sweets and I've had reloaded Swisher Sweets. Don't care for either of them to say. Now a good cigar every good cigar every now and then, Mike. Oh yeah.
I want to get one for Matt for our last night in Vegas. Get him
Nice.
a really nice cigar. They'd be like,
They-
"Yay, we survived it!
They got,
New adventure. Here's a cigar."
Still alive.
they got some really good cigar bars in Vegas I've heard of. So
I don't really want to sit in a cigar bar because of how heavy the smoke is. And
right, but you can get it
It's
and
not
then
my
go.
thing.
You can buy
Yeah.
the cigar and then go out. Is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
and
So
that's what I want to do.
yeah, instead of a gas station cigar, you can get a quality cigar. You know.
Yes. No, that's the plan. That's
Nice.
definitely the plan.
I don't blame you. I had a chance to have a real Cuban cigar, but it was while we were in Haiti, and I couldn't trust it because my dumbass forgot my migraine medicine.
Ooh,
And like the week before that, I was in the sick call tent getting a shot in my ass because my migraine was hitting that hard that they're just like, put your pants down. Which the shot did help. So I was like, everybody's like, oh, you want to try it? It's a real Cuban cigar. And this was before you could really bring any back.
right.
So, but I just, I didn't.
Well, like when we were in Kuwait, it was great. When we were getting ready to leave, we were back in Doha, whatever, and we'd go down into Kuwait City and get real Cubans like you're talking about because the embargo was still on. So you couldn't get them in the States, but you could get them in Kuwait. And so we'd sit there after chow and be like, they had these little gazebos up around the compound area. We'd sit there smoking cigars and oh my God, that Cuban, the first couple pulls I was like, whoa, I see why these things are so freaking regarded as good. They are good.
Ooh, I will keep that in mind, Michaels. I was
Yeah.
talking to a buddy, and I have like a list of cigars to like, because I knew nothing about them. I smoke Marlboro cigarettes. Like I have no taste, so I asked a buddy who's like really into cigars, and I have like a nice little list of like what they say are decent cigars. So whatever they have on the list, I'd be like, I want something off this.
Well,
and I will have them cut it for us.
And have Matt, when you go into the cigar bar, have Matt with you and have him smell it. A lot of times, because what one person likes, somebody else might, because the taste is different.
What was
Like,
that?
Well, okay, you know those cat towers that have like three
I
different
heard
lights?
it, but I don't know if it was on my end or the headset.
It was mine. My
Okay.
cat.
Yeah, because I saw the camera like shake.
Yeah. My cat was on one of those, you know how you get, it looks like the old plant towers that you can put potted plants in and hang them, but they're cat towers and you got three different ledges and they're spring loaded to fit between the floor and the ceiling, right? Rupert's a little big. So when he jumps on that, the shelf goes down so that spring compresses and it moves the whole tower on the ceiling. What you heard was him. And thankfully, the shelf, he spun the shelf around when he fell down and almost broke my window. So,
I'm glad he didn't.
yeah, I think I have to move the kitty tower now because I don't want a broken window. I
And
have,
I
I
just
like
got
looked
rid
up
of-
and I'm like,
yeah, I have come into the room before, and this tower, that blue cat tower right there in front of the window, those two shelves used to be pointing the other way. So he thought, hey, I'm still a young kitty. I can get up on there. And then it compressed and started moving. He freaked out, jumped down. That's the noise you heard was him launching.
Cat boat.
Say Geronimo.
Oh, he's a treat.
Oh, I got rid of our cat tree because they destroyed it, which is what it's supposed to. But because it had 4 pegs at the bottom to keep it leveled, well, they destroyed one of them, so it had a lean-to. And whenever Niblet would climb to the very top of it and then hop off, it would bang up against the wall. And at 2 a.m, it's terrifying because I would just hear a thud.
Yeah.
And of course, so 30 pounds.
Almost, yeah.
Whee! Oh, good Lord.
Well, and I just realized how big he is the other day. I've got like cat towers all over the house. This is the cat house. I just live here. And
You just feed him.
yeah.
It's okay. I'm the staff member too.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm a cat caretaker. But he jumped up on his other cat tower, and then because he could climb up it, but he doesn't want to jump down from it. And it's only like 5 foot tall cat tower, right? But he doesn't want to jump down off of it. So I had to like pick him up and set him down because he wasn't going to do it, He was over there meowing like, help.
Have a good night.
Mike. Thanks. Yeah, he was over there meowing like, help, motherfucker. I'm like, you got up there, get down. You're a cat, jump. And he's like, nah, I'm too big to be jumping this high.
Servant, get me down from here.
Oh.
Yeah, that is one thing about owning a cat. I am weird about random fucking noises. We'll just put it that way.
I hate Rupert.
Yeah, so especially middle of the night random noises. Probably kill my cat.
It doesn't happen often. Most of the time, they sleep in bed with us. So because they are older. Now, when they were younger, you'd hear brook, brook, brook down the hallway because they're running and playing. But one is 7, the other is 9. Like they're getting up there in age. Yeah, I think it's gonna be off. I'm waiting for him to come in with like Beard Be Cute stickers plastered on there. It's coming. One of these days, I'm telling you, he's gonna do it.
We'll have to like get him feeling toasty before the show. Then it might happen.
I could see it happening one of these days, and he'd be like, "I'm just mixing it up."
Yeah, I did it! One time!
As I was getting a beer and doing this, I'm like, okay, I wonder who guessed no shirt,
Damn it.
Small person.
Yeah, my husband's
person
gonna
on
get
set.
yelled at tonight.
Oh, hi, little. Bro.
Oh, am I gonna have words with my husband? In trouble?
Oh.
Like, oh hell no.
Yeah, because mine has tried to like sneak up behind me here, and I've actually like grabbed him through this because it's just a sheet. Like I know when you're right behind me. I hear you. I'm hard of hearing,
Right,
but there's certain things that I can hear.
I didn't hear the door open because I have a headset on, and I didn't even really notice the movement until I'm like, something in my background is moving. That's weird. And then I'm like, oh God, it's my kid. What the fuck?
I forgot I had one of them. Dang.
I can't remember. I think it was like a Jared Butler movie. They're like small person on set. Small person.
Jesus.
Dun dun
It
dun.
oh, he'll figure it out. I'll be like, little person, like Matthew, this is your problem on Wednesdays. You figure it out.
Oh, I remember that night, John, when Jade was sitting there and the backdrop was moving, and she was like, "What is it?"
It had to have been a ghost or something. Like, that's
Yes,
strange.
I do get visitors here and stuff like that. John actually has seen like this move on its own.
We all
When-
saw it that night. We were all like, "What the heck? Who's behind the curtain?" You're like, "Nobody." And we're like, "That was moving."
Yeah, I didn't see it, and like I don't know, because I was actually like home alone that night.
That's who took your crayons.
Maybe.
The
I
ghosts
do-
of Marines past. Still crying.
There was something here that was just like it was heavy. It was weird actually because I noticed it started happening when there was this like creepy chair that was left down at the end of the road. And when I first saw it, I just got that feeling of like there's something attached to that. And it's not happy, but it's grumpy maybe. I don't know. That's just the feeling that I got about it. And it might just be the fact that, like I said, like I'm not like a medium or anything like that, but I can sense certain things and feelings and stuff like that.
Empath.
That I jumped out of my skin because I actually watched like this one piece of clothing in my closet move on its own. No fan, windows were closed, and it just was like, and it was just the one thing. There was a bunch of stuff hanging with it, just the one thing. Like, oh my god, I saw that. I'm not seeing things. Run away. Yeah, but random noises and stuff like that. Seeing like I saw like an older man standing in the backyard as I passed a window. And of course, like, there's somebody in my fucking backyard. Go to look. Nobody was there. And as soon as that chair was taken away or somebody picked it up, all that stopped. So,
My parents had something in their house there for a while, so I'm home by myself, and in their basement is where the washer and dryer is. So I forget what my parents were doing, but it's just me. I laid Emily down for a nap, and I was like, I'm gonna do some laundry and be productive. That thing locked me in the basement for like a solid 10 minutes, and I couldn't get the door. Like the door, I heard I'm putting stuff in the washer, heard the door slam. Didn't think much of it until I started walking up the stairs and something was banging on the door, like nonstop banging. So of course I start panicking because my child is upstairs and I can't get that door open.
and
Like
now you're
it's
locked
like
in the
somebody,
basement.
yeah, I swear it's like somebody was holding that doorknob while banging on the door at the same time. So at this point, I have a full-blown panic attack. I'm hysterically sobbing at the bottom of the stairs because I can't get out of the basement. I don't know if it is somebody, if they've done something to my child, and my phone. I didn't bring my phone with me. And then all of a sudden the door just opens up, like the banging stops and the door opens. Yeah. And my parents' house is creepy. And there's been a couple times where I was sleeping on their couch facing the doorway into the kitchen, and I felt like I was being stared at. So you know how you like peek an eyeball open? And there was somebody standing there. And I'm just like, so you sit up like there's somebody in the doorway. And when I fully stood up, it disappeared. So I'm like, I don't go in the basement anymore because whatever the heck is in their house don't like me. I don't mess with it. Like, no. Mm-mm.
Well, like Tom and Melissa, they put up security cams in their house, and Missy has been seeing weird things at night in the yard on the security cam. And like seeing stuff that shouldn't be there. Tom says he could see legs on it. She says she saw eyes, but like during the day, there's nothing there that would be reflective. There's like no, so.
Makes me curious on what the history of the property is.
I've seen like certain things on like our security cams outside and stuff like that I was just like, it's just like seeing something move out of the corner of my eye with the monitor, and then like it'll go across the other screen, so it went from one camera to the next.
I'm thinking of getting one just like angled down at the bar so I can watch the idiots from, out in front of the bar. There's been some good times down there.
Oh my gosh. So Eric's parents have a Ring camera. And in front of their house, they put the city put these speed bumps. These speed bumps don't look like much, but they're bumps. And people all day long, they don't even pay attention to it anymore just because people just all day long hit the bottom out their cars. And I'm like, just to watch their Ring camera, because you could see from their door, you could see the speed bump and you could just see cars just. I've seen this person go over it with they had a cargo van and they were pulling a trailer. And all the stuff that was on the trailer, I watched it come off the trailer bed and slam back down because they hit that speed bump so fast that the stuff, it just would be highly entertaining. Yeah, if you can get it to point towards the bar, I would be entertained all day.
Oh, yeah. The first year I lived here, the police came knocking on my door and asked if I saw a guy in blue jean pants, no shirt, walking around the neighborhood carrying a samurai sword. I was like, no, should I be looking for one? He goes, well, there's been reports of a guy walking around the neighborhood. He's mad and he's got a samurai.
Hides his samurai sword.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, it wasn't me, officer, honest. But yeah, so there's been some interesting times around here. The neighbor's house across the street got raided by SWAT one time. Then a little bit after. Oh, that was an interesting morning. I'm sitting in the living room drinking my coffee and I hear boom, like a concussion grenade went off, which is what it was. They ninja suited up the whole SWAT team with the face mask on and all of that, popped a couple of concussions and, grabbed the guy. And I was,
I can see you just peeking out the window, interesting.
Oh no, I went out onto my front porch and looked like right at one of the SWAT ninjas as he's holding, his rifle like this. He looked up at me. I looked at him. I drank my coffee, did the head nod. He head nodded me back. I walked back inside.
Jeez.
Yeah, I can totally see Cy with his coffee. Just.
Oh yeah,
He gets mad at me because I sit in the backyard. I call it the ghetto chopper. When the PD helicopters out there with the spotlight flying around the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I sit out there in the backyard. I'm drinking my beer. I'm on TikTok Live, just doing my own little thing. As it's all. That's like, you need to come inside. I'm like, if I die, I die. At least I die content.
And entertained.
But there for a while, every time I would go live, that thing would start flying. I was like, this is a bad omen. What the hell?
Growing up in Cedar Rapids used to have more police helicopters than Chicago did. Right? They had 4 police helicopters and they would constantly be above the city. So growing up in CR, we used to play tag with the police. We'd jump up on people's garages, on the roof. And because the houses were so close, you could jump from garage to garage to garage, get the ground, take off down the alley. And the helicopter's flying over you with the spotlight trying to keep up with you. Yeah, we played tag with the helicopter.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really hoping that where we choose to live at in Virginia, the ghetto chopper does not come out that often. Because it's ever since they started doing new construction of houses and then building up the shopping center that's a mile and a half from our house, the crime and the ghetto bird have been out a lot more.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah.
So I'm actually kind of glad that we're moving because I have a feeling that in the next year or two, we were going to have to relocate within Vegas anyways because of the BS.
Well, see, and I've been around helicopters. I was stationed. I still, in the Army's finite wisdom, have no idea why a heavy equipment construction mechanic was put in a helicopter unit. I work on bulldozers, not helicopters. But okay, guys. So, but
I'm here.
Being around them, the only 2 birds that fly in Des Moines now are the hospital ones and the shin hooks. And I can tell the difference between both of those. You know, you can tell a Chinook when you hear one of those, whoop, 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 you know.
Yeah, we don't get too many like helicopters. I know like we're not too far from one of the highways, so you'll see the traffic bird, you know, just a little bit away. Um, but really, the helos don't come around here. It's we have fighter jets and bombers and stuff like that. The Slurry bombers and the C-130s is what I get to hear more often. I like helicopters. They sound so cool.
Oh, I love listening to
I
chops,
think they do.
especially the little OH-51s, the observation ones, you know, the small ones. Those are awesome. But then, yeah, Apaches, Blackhawks, Chinooks, just those things are amazing. I love those.
That
things.
was one of the bucket lists, or yeah, one of the items on my bucket list that I wish I would have flown on while I was in. I got Blackhawk and it was some sort of prototype. I can't remember what it was, but obviously not in the works. Probably should not have been on it. Test flight type of.
That was what was great being in that chopper unit in Korea, because it wasn't at Casey, but that was where you had to go to clear. And so like the chopper pilots had to get so many hours a week to keep their status up. And it was like, hey, where are you guys going? Oh, we're going over to Casey. I catch a ride. So, you know, bagging riding in a Huey in South Korea, you know.
My uncle actually was a Huey pilot. He wanted Blackhawk, and they're just like, oh yeah, if you stay in for a couple more years, we'll get you into a Blackhawk, and they never did. So he's just like, deuces. Yeah,
It's not
pretty cool. Night Stalkers.
Yeah, I think there was a detachment of the 160th SOAR Special Operations Aviation something. There was a detachment over in Korea, and they were the ones that were on that side of the flight line. It was like, oh, you can't go over there. Why? That's the 160th. We don't. They're totally separate from us. You know.
Well, our entry control point had shared part of the wall with the SF compound. So
Yeah, you know,
pretty entertaining to watch them doing their stuff, you know, blowing random shit up. Just like, can we get a fucking warning, please? We were trying to freaking secure the area, and y'all are blowing up a Humvee for the hell of it. Training, they said.
and yeah, Audie, like I'm the same way. I'll be sitting in my house and somebody will be here and they're like, oh, a helicopter. That must be a lifeline from the hospital. I'm like, no, it's not. How do you know? I can tell by the sound, you know. Like everybody else ducks and starts looking, and I'm just like, you know.
Yeah, I don't even flinch when I hear aircraft in the air anymore. I'm like, nice. Just go about my day. Turn up the volume on my phone a little bit more.
No, I run outside and look for it. I'm like, yeah. I'm weird like that though.
We know.
My kid does. My kid will go airplane, and look around for it. I'm just like, it's up there somewhere, kiddo. They fly so fast that, like, with the way because we have trees in our yard, I can't catch them very often. Or I hear them but never see them because they're just a little too far away.
Being around Apaches and Blackhawks, I never was able to catch a good picture of an Apache overseas because they were so quick. And plus, like, you have not having a cell phone or whatever, digging into your cargo pockets to try to find your camera, turn it on, they're gone. But that was one of the pictures I would have loved to have gotten.
And surprisingly, those things are actually Apaches are really pretty quiet. You know, when
because once you realize, holy shit, that's an Apache, it's gone.
It's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and yeah, the Hueys. Oh, those are like the A10s. They're never going to get. Well, I guess they did get rid of the Hueys, but the heart of the Huey is,
Where Flight for Life is, that company, they are down in Denver, so I don't hear them all too often. There is another.
I was living with Audie out in Arizona, and you can take like helicopter tours of the beginning of the Grand Canyon and all kinds of cool stuff and scenery out there, right? And the helicopter crashed. Nobody died, but they sent another helicopter out to pick up the crash victims of a helicopter crash. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. If I was on that first helicopter, you're going to have to bring in an ambulance. You're not putting me on another helicopter, motherfucker. You just realize what I fell out of the sky in, and you want me to get into another one? Bring it.
I personally wouldn't either. I'd be like, I'll walk this one out. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I was
I don't
trying
know
to
if I-
explain to Rob the other day. It was like, you don't realize how often helicopters actually go down. It's like you don't hear about helicopter crashes. It's like but they happen more often than you know.
You hear about
Like-
them where they happen. They just don't make national news.
Well, and even like when we were doing AIT down at Carson, the aviation unit had 2 Black Hawks go down. I was like, you didn't hear about that? We only heard about it because we had to clear the area.
We like I forgot what I was going to say.
There was this one story that I saw. There was a helicopter that was transporting a heart for somebody. So the helicopter was bringing a heart for transplant, and they ended up, I don't know what, something malfunctioned or whatever, but they ended up crashing on the roof of the hospital, and they were able to retrieve the heart. But as the doctor grabbed the heart from the wreck, they ended up tripping over debris
Oh, bummer.
and dropping the heart. But they were thankfully able to, the way that he landed or something like that, which is horrible. Like, not only did this heart just survive a helicopter crash, but now you just dropped it from tripping over the crash debris. But they were actually successful in doing the transplant, and the person survived. So
Well, that's good.
I was like, but all that, like, not only were like your heart transplant, or you need a heart transplant, you finally get it, and now your heart that you're getting just crashed on the roof while you're being prepped for surgery, and then your doctor dropped it on the way.
Oops.
It's a
reminds
lucky
me-
heart, though. That's
I was
a
just
whole
gonna
lot of
say.
luck.
Reminds me of that South Park
That heart
episode.
was meant for you, doll.
Reminds me of that South Park episode where they drop the heart and they're like, oh, well, just put a baked potato in. And they put a baked potato in instead of his heart. It's South Park is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, South Park. All right, ladies and gent, we are past the 2 hours. Shall we wrap it up?
Yeah.
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 All right, Uncle Si, final thoughts.
Just like I always say, don't stop reaching out if somebody doesn't answer. They might be busy. We all have lives. We all have our own issues, just like everybody else. Keep reaching out. Do something, don't stop. Don't be one of those numbers, love you guys. Thank you for listening.
Howdy, I have been through South Park. My brother-in-law actually worked for South Park Ambulance. Wow, I had a bubble in my throat. Yeah, that was what. But yeah, that was his one goal. Well, as far as being a paramedic, he wanted to be on those type of calls versus where he was before. He was doing more like transfers.
And thanks for tuning in, Josh. Audie told me about you. You and him have been talking.
Kittens.
Yeah, same thing every week is that you can't pour out of an empty cup. You've got to pour into yourself. So at some point today, tomorrow, this week, do something for you, even if it's something as simple as having a cup of coffee on the back porch and listening to the birds chirp. So you need that self-care.
Yes.
Yes. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Because I've kind of going off of what she said. To caveat off of that. Just kidding. I've always
to piggyback off of. Oh, I hated that. Oh.
But I say something similar too. It's like as when you're in an airplane and the oxygen masks fall, you put your mask on first. Because if you don't put your mask on first, you are not going to be able to help others. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. If you're spiraling out, I always trip over that flipping word. Reach out to one of us. You can reach out to the Veterans Anonymous page. You can reach out to the Crossroads page, any of the show pages and stuff like that. It will alert most of us, if not all of us. So, yes, reach out. We're here every week for you. We'll see you next week on the Crossroads.
Peace.